Greetings, YouTube. Today's build is going to be pretty simple. I'm going to take this fish bat here, which is hollow, and I'm going to put in this piece of rebar. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to see how much this thing weighs on its own. So let's see if I get this thing to balance. And it's 203 grams at the moment. So we're going to see what we get after we're done. So I'm going to cut this off so it's a little bit shorter. And then I'm going to probably grind off these ridges on either side a little bit so that it will fit in here, and then hammer it home. That's all I got to do. So we're going to see how that goes. So the first step though is going to be to cut this thing off. Since I just had the one cut, I just used my hacksaw on this. Just put it here in the vise, and there's the tail left in there. I'll find something to do with that. So here is the beveled end, slight bevel on it, and I have taken that down to the point where it just seems to fit here. So now I'm going to take I'm going to put this on my steps over here, and then I'm going to put this here, but put this in that end and start tapping there. I'm not going to tap directly on the wood. I'll use a block as an intermediary, so I'm not putting any hammer marks on the hammer on the bat itself. And then hopefully I've got it the right diameter, because I don't want to split it. So that's my big concern, that I will split it. So if it starts to split, I'm going to have to figure out some way to get it off so that I can then reduce it in diameter a little bit more. So let's see how that goes. So there we go. These are the leavings, and that's the end. I did sand it just a smidge because I had a little bump where I snapped it off. I didn't cut all the way through. I just kind of bent it in the last 1/16 of an inch. So that doesn't look too bad. Now let's see what it weighs now. Okay. Remember, it was 203 grams before, and now it's 486 grams. So I have more than doubled the weight, and it has a really nice heft to it. It really does. It's got a nice swing to it. You don't even want to do this on against soft targets. This would not be useful against hard targets, but it is still going to take people by surprise because it just looks like a small wooden bat. They're not going to be expecting something that weighs almost 500 grams. And that's going to impart a whole lot of impact energy against a soft target or bones. So, you know, it's a very simple build. I would probably, in the future, if I were to do something like this again, I'm very unlikely to ever come across these ones, I would grind that down further, make it a little less snug, and probably put in some epoxy to make up for the looser fit. But you can't have everything. And I'm not going to put this on my DeviantArt page because frankly it's going to be pretty dull looking. It's not going to look like much. It just looks like a bat because I didn't build the bat, I just modified it. But I still think it's an interesting build overall. Fast, pretty easy. I did this with no power tools at all. Just a hacksaw, a hammer, a block, and, you know, technically a scale. I didn't even use a tape measure. I just eyeballed it. So very simple fish bat, which has now been turned into something considerably more dangerous.